Good evening, friends. Thanks for your comments on yesterday's interview with Dhara Patel. We received many positive responses on how this menace of abuse of youngsters can be curtailed, and how the authorities should work on it, and how the next generation can be rescued. Today, there's a lot of news on Sachin Waze in the Waze gate, or rather, we can say the Vasuli gate now. Sachin Waze was planning another big act after Antilia plot, says NIA sources. On Friday, NIA sources have alleged that ex-Mumbai API Sachin Waze was planning another big act after explosive planting near Antilia. Waze is now in jail. Amid the investigation into the Antilia bomb scare, NIA sources on Friday have alleged that ex-Mumbai API Sachin Waze was planning another big act. Moreover, it has clarified that the agency is ascertaining if former encounter specialist Pradeep Sharma provided logistics support, and that ex-Mumbai CP Paramveer Singh's statement is being also questioned as a witness, not as a suspect. The CBI, on the other hand, is investigating the extortion allegations of ex-Mumbai CP Paramveer Singh against ex-Home Minister Anil Deshmukh and Sachin Waze. Meanwhile, what seems like an irony, Arnab was forcibly taken to Taloja jail by Sachin Waze. Now, Sachin Waze has been sent to Taloja jail lawfully till April 23rd. The court has also allowed TBI to access the diary belongings to Sachin Waze and suspended Constable Vinayak Shinde that were recovered by the NIA earlier. Waze, who was arrested by the NIA in the Antilia bomb, is also being investigated for the Mansukh Hiren death by the NIA. The CBI, on the other hand, is investigating the extortion allegations of ex-Mumbai CP Paramveer Singh. Meanwhile, a new letter has emerged against the arrested Mumbai police Sachin Waze, in which he has been accused of settling the multi-crore BMC e-tendering scam. 2 days after arresting Mumbai police Sachin Waze, the accused Maharashtra Minister Anil Parab of asking him to collect rupees 2 crores, another letter dated March 19th has emerged against the tainted officer. The letter talks of Sachin Waze settling the issue with contractors in the recent BMC e-tendering scam. The letter was sent by a person named John Michael DeCosta to BMC Commissioner Iqbal Chahan and Commissioner of Police Hemant Nagrale. The complainant has demanded that a probe be initiated into the 500 crore e-tendering scam in the BMC and claimed that Sachin Waze, who was investigating the racket, had settled the matter. The letter was sent 6 days after Sachin Waze's arrest on March 13 in the Antilia bomb scare case being probed by the NIA. It is yet to be known if Sachin Waze was referring to this letter when he named Maharashtra Minister Anil Parab. What is this e-tendering scam? In February, there were complaints about the hacking of bids by a cartel of contractors who allegedly managed to breach the BMC's online tendering system. The racket managed to check the bids and then quote lower bids to bag contracts worth hundreds of crores. It was alleged that a section of contractors got access to the wallet balance and rates quoted by other contractors at the time of submission of online bids to BMC. The CBI questioned former Mumbai Police Commissioner Paramveer Singh and suspended police officer Sachin Waze on Thursday in this connection with its preliminary inquiry into allegations of corruption against former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. CBI also questioned Assistant Commissioner of Police Sanjay Patel and asked Deputy Commissioner of Police DCP Raju Bujpal to get a statement recorded in the evening. API Waze, posted in the Crime Intelligence Unit of the Mumbai Police, was arrested by the NIA in the case related to the recovery of explosive-laden vehicle near industrial Mukesh Ambani's home in Mumbai on March 25th and the subsequent killing of its owner, Mansukh Hiren. Paramveer Singh was removed as the Mumbai police chief soon after, Later, Singh dropped a letter bomb accusing former Minister Anil Deshmukh of demanding rupees 100 crores from the Mumbai police every month. Meanwhile, hats off to Samir Wankhede, zonal director of NCP, who has nabbed Dawood's close aide, who was wanted in drug cases, and brought him to Mumbai. The NCB on Thursday brought Danish Chikna, an aide of fugitive underworld don Dawood Ibrahim, to Mumbai from Rajasthan, where he was nabbed in connection with drug cases, an official said. Danish Chikna, alias Danish Merchant, was wanted in connection with 2 cases, including the operation of a drug factory in Mumbai, he said. Danish is a part of the Chinku Patan module and had fled to Rajasthan, the official said. He used to operate a drug factory linked to Dawood at Dongri in South Mumbai. He said Danish was on the run since the NCB busted the drugs module being operated from Dongri, he said. Earlier this week, he was apprehended at Kota in Rajasthan with the assistance of the local police, the official said. The NCB took his transit remand from a court and brought him to Mumbai. Furthermore, there are many women also involved in this racket. More information on this has come out. Following a raid in Dongri, the NCB arrested a 21-year-old woman, drug peddler, popularly known as Lady Dawn. Her name is Ikra Qureshi in this area. The drug cops started looking for her 3 months back after her name cropped up in 2 cases related to Chinku Patan and Ijaz Saiko. An NCP source said that she was keeping an eye on senior zonal director NCB officer, and had also visited the office twice to report about drug peddlers, which this seems very, very fishy. According to information received from NCB sources, arrested accused Ikra Qureshi, 21, used to trade MD drugs and charas on a large scale. She was arrested with drugs worth 1.5 lakhs. Qureshi used to take the drugs from Chinku Patan and sell them through her peddlers. About 5 to 6 other women are associated with her. According to NCB sources, when Qureshi's boyfriend Chotu was arrested by the NCB in a drug peddling case, she feared that the cops might arrest her. Hence, she started keeping an eye on NCB officers. Every time she went to the NCB office, she would be dressed in a burqa so that nobody could recognize her. An NCB officer told media Qureshi said she was keeping an eye on the NCB's zonal director, Samir Wankhede. Sources said that Qureshi ran the drug business through Instagram. She contacted customers through the social media site and would hire other women to deliver drugs to them. She never used a phone for more than 4 to 6 days. NCB zonal director Samir Wankhede told media that Qureshi's name came up in cases related to Chinku Patan and Ijaz Saiko. Many women worked as drug peddlers under her. We have got the list of names. Court has granted 5 days custody of Qureshi. It seems like everything is coming full circle with the arrest of these key corrupt police, the drug peddlers, the key people in the drug, as you say, the group of people or the what you call the network. The surge of COVID also has spoiled Bollywood's plans again and put a stop to their shooting dates, their releases. In fact, it has royally messed up the lives of the superstars and the super producers and directors. The second wave of coronavirus pandemic hit the entertainment industry badly. Films like Akshay Kumar's Suryavanshi and Salman Khan's Radhe, Your Most Wanted Bhai releases have been postponed indefinitely. Here, I feel that the power of Sushant Singh is coming really strong. Now, there's an update on Shah Rukh Khan's Pathan and Ranbir Kapoor's Brahmastra. And COVID-19 pandemic has led to the delay in the filming and post-production work of both these films. Both Ayan Mukherjee's film and Siddharth Anand's films were planned to be shot on a big scale. With new restrictions imposed by the Maharashtra government owing to the rise of COVID-19 cases in the state, FWICE General Secretary Ashok Dubai revealed that set construction of both Shah Rukh Khan's Pathan and Ranbir Kapoor's Brahmastra has been put on hold. Daily wage workers who work under the studio department will be suffering the most. Ashok Dubai said there were 3 big sets that were under construction, including Pathan, which was being built on the helipad of Film City that involved the shooting of John Abraham and Shah Rukh Khan. Then there was the Brahmastra set and Vikram Motwane's Andolan Pictures set that was also under construction. Each set had about 250 members from the setting department working every day, and work was supposed to go on for a month, but this new lockdown will hit their livelihood. Why? I would, as a journalist, I would say why. Shah Rukh Khan and the other actors are all superstars. They should help and fund these people, the workers. After all, it is their movies. Zahid Sheikh of the Cine Dancers Association said about 50% of the workforce was back on the sets, but the government is asking the producers to avoid crowd on the set. We are the first to get hit by this rule, and as a result, several shoots have been cancelled. He further added, there was a Brahmastra song that needed 300 dancers. There was a Rohit Shetty song for circus, one song to be choreographed by Vaibhavi Bachchan, and there were quite a few outdoor shootings. Rehearsals of all the songs were done, but now the shooting is cancelled. In the case of Brahmastra, first Ranbir Kapoor got COVID, so we had to stop the work for 15 days, and then Alia Bhatt got infected, which of course seems natural. And now there's a government mandate to not shoot big songs, which is really unfortunate. Another setback for Bollywood, filmmakers have slammed the government's decision to abolish film certification appellate tribunal, calling it a setback for artistic freedom. Actress Geetika Vidya Ohlian was in a meeting when her phone rang. It was a message on her college WhatsApp group. I saw a message that Vishal Bharadwaj had called it a sad day for cinema, Ohlian told Al Jazeera, referring to the filmmaker's tweet about the Indian government's decision to abolish the Film Certification Appellate Tribunal, FCAT. The FCAT was set up in 1983 by India's Ministry of Information and Broadcasting to hear appeals by filmmakers aggrieved by the decision of the CBFC, which is the Central Board of Film Certification, a British colonial era body popularly referred to as a censor board. In India, filmmakers do not self-censor, as in most countries in the West, but have to get a CBFC certificate before releasing their movies. The CBFC certifies the film to be A, which is for adults, or it is U/A, which is for children below 12 years as well, U, or S, which is restricted to specialized audiences such as doctors or scientists. If a filmmaker is unhappy with the certificate given to their film by the CBFC or by suggested changes in the film proposed by them, they could approach the FCAT for a re-evaluation. With its headquarters in the capital, New Delhi, the FCAT was headed by a chairperson that had 4 other members, including a secretary appointed by the Indian government. In its order earlier this week, the government said the High Court and not the FCAT will now hear the appeals by filmmakers who do not agree with the CBFC's suggestions or certificates for their film. Many of the directors and actors said that it is a setback for artistic freedom. The movie, for example, Alankrita Srivastava, director of the feminist film Lipstick Under My Burqa, told Al Jazeera that the abolition of FCAT will make filmmakers like her more vulnerable. If there is a disagreement with the decision of the censor board, filmmakers will have to go directly to the High Court. This may cause long delays, meaning a greater financial burden on the filmmakers. It's a setback for artistic freedom. In 2017, the CBFC had declined to certify Lipstick Under My Burqa for its sexual scenes and abusive words, forcing Srivastava to call the decision assault on women's rights and approach the FCAT, which later cleared the film. Director Devashish Makita, whose film Aji was suggested several cuts by the CBFC over explicit scenes, said the few filmmakers who were still weren't self-censoring will now not have anybody to turn to challenge the censor board's decision. And of course, the censor board's decision will only keep becoming more and more stifling. Filmmakers and experts are also worried about the delay in getting a court to rule in a case a dispute arises over the film. Here you will note that, see, all this is against being spoken about people who want to show more and more sex in movies. The recent development is that Ekta Kapoor is making a film on a gay couple. It looks like they have absolutely no themes left, no stories left. interesting stories left for them to make any films or series. Meanwhile, actor Abhishek Bachchan, whose film is now running on OTT, The Big Bull, recently tweeted his response to a netizen who mocked his acting skills. A Twitter user posted that he recently watched The Big Bull and scorned that Abhishek Bachchan did not disappoint with his third-rate, so-called acting in a poorly scripted and bad film. He further hailed Pratik Gandhi and his starrer Scam 1992 as superior. So Abhishek tweeted, "Hey man, as long as I have not disappointed you, I'm happy. Thank you for taking the time out to see our film." The netizens, who were quite unhappy with the reply of the actor, in another thread said his gesture was bullying and trolling. The netizens claimed that the actor could not even take criticism from a viewer. He also mentioned that people might be thinking his reply is humble and cool, but it isn't. Well, it's the same with his mother, isn't it? You would have seen the recent video where she was, helping Mamta in her elections, and you saw the way she pushed a man who tried to take a selfie with her. It's the same thing with all these people, whether it's the son or the mother or the father. Earlier, a netizen tweeted to Abhishek that he had watched Scam 1992 and asked one reason to watch The Big Bull. So Abhishek had quickly responded to the netizen and wrote, "I'm in it." Abhishek also opened up on the comparisons in an interview. He had then stated that it was not new for him to be compared, since comparisons to his father has been common for him. However, he stated that Pratik Gandhi, the lead of Scam 1992, has given a fantastic performance and wished him good luck for his future. Meanwhile, in a strange case in Bangalore, a 26-year-old pregnant woman passenger with a knife, paper cutter, razor, and other sharp objects strapped to her ankle with a duct tape was arrested at the Kempegowda International Airport on Thursday. Uma Devi from Assam was scheduled to board Indigo flight from Bangalore to Guwahati at 7:10 a.m. She and 4 family members came for the pre-boarding security check at 5:20 a.m. A Central Industrial Security Force officer frisking Devi felt something unusual on her left ankle. She was escorted away, and a check confirmed that she had strapped a knife, a paper cutter, single blade, a razor, a nail clipper, a metal filer, and tongs to her legs. The woman claims that carrying metal parts is a community custom. Sources said Devi admitted to the CISF to taping the sharp objects and claimed it was a custom in her community for pregnant women to tie metal parts around the stomach. As tying a metal part around the stomach made her uneasy, she reportedly preferred to tie them around her ankle. Indigo authorities were alerted and her luggage was offloaded. Her family members, including her husband, who is an employee of a private company in Bangalore, had already boarded the aircraft and was told to embark. The authorities carried out additional checks on the aircraft before it took off. She had booked a front seat. The suspect had booked the seat number 1A, which is close to the cockpit. Devi claimed that she had come to Bangalore for treatment. She has been handed over to KIA police, who are verifying if Devi's claims about the community custom before taking a decision. That's all the news for today, friends. Let me look at some of your comments. Dolly, Meenaji, please change your time. It clashes with the Puchte Hai Bharat. We'll watch later. Thank you, Dolly. Riots are politically instigated for political gains only. Aham Brahasmi. Yes, it is. Alka, hello, ma'am. We like to watch your video for news updates rather than any news. Thank you so much, Alka, for your kind words. Debeshwar Akoi Jan, power connects with Shiva. I believe in this, absolutely. Nansur Suba, thank you, Meena ma'am, for the news. Thank you, Nansur, for watching. And please help me by getting us more subscribers, because we are small channels, and unless the viewers help in this, we will not grow. If you like the channel, please share it with others. Madhusudan Prabhu, yes, Prince Philip is dead. Aditya Singh, do you think there will be huge riots when CBI names Sushant killers? I don't think so. Anyway, I believe the government is about to fall, Aditya. So I'm sure it's not going to affect. Nisha Thomas, hi Meena, here for the updates. Thank you, Nisha, always for joining us. Ananga Sundari, DD, before they announce the killers of SSR, I think they will impose president rule. Well, we'll have to wait to see what happens. Nansu Subha, for me, your news is more good than Pushta Hai Bharat, as it's just noise. Uh, thank you, Nansu. In some of the channels, people like to shout. Aditya Singh, do you think there'll be huge? Yeah, Aditya, I don't think so. See, let's hope and pray for a smooth transition. Shweta, welcome. Celine, your channel is very much sound and good one. Thank you, Selena. It's because of all your support that we're able to do this. Ritu, thank you always, Ritu, for joining me. Thanks, Nitin. This is an interesting point by Debeshwar Akoijan. He says the stun gun used by gang with fake police is with NIA, is what I had heard regarding SSR. So India is run by KKK, not USAKK. Agencies afraid of Salam Noi spy. This is very interesting, Debeshwar, if this news is true. Nitin, Wazi was planning bigger. Yes, that's what we mentioned earlier. Manju, good evening, Manju. Deveshwar, we are for SSR again. Punjab Farmer Gelatin. Angana Sundari, good news, ma'am. Sachin Vaze is in Talo. Yes, it's a very good. Dhruv Sadashiv, being a religious person, I believe in karma. History repeats itself. Today, Vazi is in Taluj. I think everybody will, think about this, as so ironic as well as what you say. Selena Rai, your channel is very much sound, and thank you, Selena, for your support. In Smriti Party, Ekta was there. Will she also help Ekta out of the Bollywood mess? Nina, I really don't know. Mansoor Subha, right, man? They just shout over each other. Yes, and sometimes the panelists are. Some of them are very intelligent, and some of them are very, very ignorant about what's happening. So this sort of combination irritates the viewers. I mentioned this to Arnab in my tweets. Yes. Lakshmi, do you really feel things will come out? Sure, Lakshmi. And it's just moving towards that. 100%. Shweta, can't understand one thing why Kangana is releasing a film when people are not supposed to be safe in any kind of public. Absolutely, Shweta. See, this is not the time to release movies because people need to be indoors and try to, this is all self-discipline. I don't understand why Indians are so careless and they go to markets and all at this time without any safety, masks or anything. See, it's very irritating for the leaders like our Prime Minister, who's doing his utmost to make sure that India is, safe from COVID, and we are the ones who are, flouting all the rules. Devanushi, Chalia. I love the way you present the news, precise, analytical, and unbiased. Thank you. Thank you so much, Devanushi. You have been there right from the start and supported me. Alka, do you think Waze and Parambir be successful to prove big names in this case? Yes, absolutely. It's leading towards that, Alka. The movement is very clear because each one will reveal the other one's name. So that I'm sure that all this will come out. Meena, today I saw Tapsi mentioned Kangana, chemistry between. Yeah, see, this is absolutely amazing, Meena. See, one thing is that, see, she invited Ekta Kapoor. Then she also started speaking in a very, beautiful manner with, I think, Ram Gopal Verma. And she's, so I always feel this double face of Bollywood is so shocking for us, but for them it's a, daily routine. So I don't. I'm sure that she'll make up with all her enemies soon. Sunita, good evening. Sunita, Namshekar, do you think that the mini lockdown in Maharashtra is connected with all the events? I don't know. See, there's something odd because I can't understand what happens when you lock down at night when people are not around. I can understand when it's during daytime, but this nocturnal lockdown, I don't understand. Wazi is singing like a parrot and taking big names. um, soon, hopefully, SSR case will also be exposed. Sure. Nansu Subha. Karma doesn't spare anyone. Absolutely. Only want to see this happen in Sushant's case so that Sushant and Disha and others associated with them who were silenced will get justice. Yes, I agree 100% with you. And we're only working on this, Nansu. Meena, Kangana thinks she's cut above the rest. Sometimes, Meena, when, arrogance gets into you, you know, nobody can save you, not even God. That has been shown in so many cases. Suhas, good evening, Suhas. Lockdown in Maharashtra, political turbulence, and now state vaccine scams, all connected. Yes, I can't find a more corrupt, state. Even, of course, Delhi also comes under it, but this Maharashtra, I mean, the name has been brought down by all these, the three parties, Mahavikas Aghadi. Kangana's double face is not surprising, Devanushi. Yes, eventually it's all about the gains at any cost. It's only about money and power, Devanushi. It's just like the politicians. They also want money and power. Same thing with these Bollywood stars. It's absolutely the same. Thank you, Meena. Arinya De, what if Kangana is trying to keep herself safe from danger? See, if she wanted to keep herself safe from danger, she should never have confessed in her interviews about all these people. You can't say something earlier and then come back to something else. Stick to one stand. If you're with all these, corrupt actors and producers, be with them. Why do you criticize them in the beginning and then come back to them? So that it's a double face thing. What is your intention? We are not interested. We want you to take a certain stand. Kangana had a severe gutter. Debeshwar, this I didn't understand. Alka, after all, Kangana has to survive in this industry, so can't do without others in Bollywood. But this Alka, she knew when she gave the interviews to Republic and to Times and all that. She knew all this. Then why was she so critical at that time? That was to promote her movies. The movies that were coming. So everything was happening with vested interests. Earlier, we also believed in her, but things changed after that. Lakshmi, Bollywood personalities are not icons. Jaya Bachchan hitting a person for taking a selfie. This is Thali Mein Ched. A person who votes is a hit. Absolutely. Very shocking scene. And can you imagine whether these people will ever vote for them? Hi, Mano. Welcome. Suhas, ma'am, is Maharashtra government in failure at all in front? COVID is out of control, black marketing of Remy Discover and yes, it's a total failure. That's how I see it. And I'm sure it's just some time before it completely collapses. Arnav can come back to Mumbai, breathe. Meena, yes, we hope for that. Peter, hi Meena, Sushant Soul is, yes, there's a complete catharsis happening, there's complete cleansing of the system that's happening, and people really don't, the Bollywood really don't know that. Suman Sarkar, now CBI, NIA, and ED should catch big fish with small ones if they have willpower. Don't let it be Jeffrey Epstein's a case in jail, suicide. Yeah, he should be protected, absolutely. Selena Ray, suicide point? Absolutely. You just need a rope to show that everybody's committed suicide. Hello, Anuradha, welcome. Please take Kangana with a pinch of salt. Yes, I think we should be saying a bag full of salt. Anuradha, at the end, it's a matter of her bread and butter. Yes, Anuradha, but see, when you have morals and ethics, you stick to one stand. I mean, she didn't have to talk against the Bollywood, at all. She could have stuck to the stand that she's taking now, isn't it? Why change stands? Kagana made a mistake by putting down Sushant just to make herself look better. Nansu. Yeah. By saying Sushant was weak, so gave up, but she's strong. She's saying suicide now to please the Bollywoodies. Absolutely, Nansu. You're 100% correct. Rita Tulani. Hi, Meena ma'am. Sushant's soul is solving. Yes, it's so amazing that's how pure he was. And not only that, Rita, I think there are a lot of innocent people who died. Everything is working against this government that's so corrupt. Deveshwar's SSR justice, our justice. Yes. Alka, man deserves dhakka from jail. These Bollywoodian not worthy of such honor. Yeah, and you should now, like you heard, her son is also fighting with the Twitterati about the movie. Dhruv Sadashiv, Kangana didn't told anything about Arjun Rampal. Yes, absolutely. Lakshmi, I really love the format of yours, reading all messages and discussing. Thank you, Lakshmi. I love interacting with all of you. And see, very important is the fact that you guys always support me. Dhruv Sadashiv. Kangana didn't tell anything about Arjun Raj. She was doing a film. Yes. Alok home. Namaste. Namaste, Alok. Nansur, ma'am, when will MBA government fall down? I'm sure shortly it should happen. Then we'll all celebrate and have a party. Arinya Dev, Astro Guide, was a small fish will reach to sharks. This is absolutely funny. And whales and penguins and crocodiles and reptiles. Just be patient, Arinya. That's a great sense of humor that you have. I'm just visualizing the whole thing like a zoo. Suhas, ma'am, I'm working in a multinational company at present, a head office at Mumbai, but we are planning to shift to Delhi or Ahmedabad. Maharashtra is corrupt and non. Absolutely. There are so many companies that have left Suhas, so I'm not surprised. You have to be a good, chief minister to actually bring in people who invest in the state. Uddhav is doing the opposite. Alok home. I think Sushant Soul is always motivating us to get justice for all innocent souls. Absolutely, Alok. Mano, two great ladies on our show. Inaji. Who's the second lady? Mano. Even if SSR doesn't get direct justice, the perpetrators will get punished eventually. I believe that. Yes, that is the way the world works. Leena, now that Wazi is in Taloja, where he put Arnab, an innocent man, now he can taste his own medicine. Absolutely. I hope the truth will come out about all the suicide which has taken place in Mumbai. Yes, this is what we are all hoping for, Leena. Aranya, thank you, man. But your daily inputs are so good. Thank you so much. And I always enjoy having you, with me on my shows. Romano, any news of Sushant case? It's all leading to that, Romano. So we just need to be a little bit patient. Marietta, tit for tat, yes, absolutely. Regarding the Taloja jail, it was so humiliating for Arnab. Now it's completely turned the other way. God is good, yes. Right. Meena, party, yes. At least we won't be asked by the police after this garbage. Funny thing is, Meena, that everybody now speaking openly about all these corrupt policemen and the ministers. Earlier, everybody had to shut up because of the fear they had filled in them. Rita Tolani, hi man. Do you think Fudge is alive? Thanks. Yes, that's what we were told that the niece had said that the dog is with his father. But see, since dogs look alike, we really have to, we can't make out whether it's the same Fudge or, another dog. Nansur Suba, divine universal justice for Sushant. Yes, absolutely. Vijay, thank you, Vijay, for joining us. Thank you, friends, and for this lovely session with you. And look forward to another session tomorrow. Good night.